to it. Welcome to another morning broadcast. We are back at it. I've been out for the past 2 days. I was traveling. I went to Philly. I'm gonna drop some videos, did a little vlog when I was out there. Welcome. This morning we had LPSN. This is the one that I've traded, and this is the one that's active right now. So I'll let you all know what the idea was behind this one. I was looking at the scan and I saw IPDN. That was the first one. Catalyst wasn't too good. It was okay, but we could see the shorts getting squeezed out. So IPDN here, this one. So as price was pulling up here, you see the volume started to rise. Buyers were very aggressive, and I thought the sellers were going to overwhelm. As price squeezed out, you can see the buyers just overtaking the sellers. Lower float, Catalyst was decent, and that one ended up running for, it probably would have had like a 15-cent stop, and that one ran for about 75 cents and then pulled back. But LPSN was a trade of the morning for me so far because the Catalyst. So they partnered with Google Cloud to transform. They partnered with Google Cloud, and the press release is that they were going to transform enterprise AI outcomes. Let's see. That was it. That was it. I didn't see anything else. But partnering with Google Cloud is a pretty big deal, even though there wasn't much more about it, like how much the deal was, how much revenue that would bring live person. So that was a catalyst, but immediately we saw volume spike. We saw the buyers get very aggressive and the buyers chasing the bid here. So this was the first few trades here for me for today. And then now just kind of holding on to the runners. So I hope you caught that one. Let's see, where's your enter? Oh yeah. Okay, so a few entries here. When price pulled back, fell to the downside, another one there, and then as price held here, another one. So this is 3 entries there. Now we may get more trades if we look at it from the higher time frame. It broke several levels. So if you look at, it's just been in this range here, pretty much. It's at a resistance right now, and it broke March's resistance here. Broke through that early, and then it hit January's resistance, and it ended up pushing through. So I'd say out of all of the trades this morning, this was the best option, given the catalyst, and you can see the volume there. High volume, even as price broke back through this swing point after it was created, prices kept spiking. So if we get another set of consolidation here, it could run. So we'll see. All right, so I hope you caught that one. Let me check the comments. Good morning. I know I was out for a few days, so I appreciate you all. And good morning. Yo. Thanks for joining. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to the rest of the game plan. So as I mentioned, LPSN, IPDN, those two were on the list on the top of the scan. Now we have a few others. Let's go with fresh news first. You know what? Let's take a step back. Let's look at the big picture. All right, so big picture, indices pulled back. So indices have been amazingly bullish. Thursday, pulled back. Friday, pulled back. And then we're starting to see a bounce here with Monday. And then Tuesday, we had selling. So indices are still bullish. You have things going on with Russia and the U.S. We have a new appointment for the Fed, but none of that, in my opinion, is going to cause a strong pullback at this point. If we do have a pullback, it's mainly just we're just high valuations, right? It's due for a pullback just technically. So we'll see what happens here. We'll continue to monitor. I'm mainly trading earnings plays. We traded a lot of earnings plays last week, SoFi, and post earnings. So maybe day one earnings or second day or third day earnings. That's what we've been taking advantage of mainly. And then if names pop up like LPSN that have their own catalyst, we trade those as well. Okay. So that being said, still bullish. I'll be watching the market drivers like NVIDIA and others because we're basically on support here. Basically, we dipped and that recovered. We dipped Friday and we had a recovery on Monday. Now we pull back to support levels. So I'll be keeping my eye on the market drivers. All right. So let's talk those that have earnings. Okay. If this is your first time, please let me know what you're looking at in the chat. If you want, and if I can give commentary, then I will. I'll mainly be covering. I'll prioritize small caps because many of the traders in the community and that tune in are trading small caps. But I'm game planning for everything. So if it's something that you want me to take a look at, like some of the large cap, mid cap stocks, then definitely I'll definitely give commentary on those, like PLTR, for example. So PLTR here on Monday earnings, this one has just been on a incredible trend, incredible. So on top of that, it consolidated a little bit or ranged a little bit. There was resistance, and then earnings popped it up there. So earnings came out, post-market, pre-market rolls, and then now it's moving lateral. So either it pulls back to this level and bounces, or we have continuation, right? So the second day potentially may move lateral, and then the third we have something happen there. But just an incredible trend play here. Okay. All right. So fresh earnings, shop. This one has fresh earnings, larger cap name. We have SMCI earnings. This one dropped post-market yesterday. So either you trade SMCI or the inverse ETF, but I have an eye on that one for potential. If price pulls up and then recovers, that's a potential there, potential long. It's a different type of long, right? We're normally taking momentum like the LPSN trade, but this one at times, if we have a pullback, or if prices drop due to earnings, and we may trade the other side if we have recovery there. All right, so looking at SMCI. Okay. All right. So the other sector that I'm looking at is quantum. So quantum has come in and out of play for us. So I'll be looking at QBTS, RGTI. You see them, they pulled back and they started to rise over like this week, Monday, Tuesday. So as they start to approach these resistance levels here, I like to see what happens. So you look at Monday, rally, Tuesday, we had rallies, and we just been creating higher highs and higher lows. So I like to see what these names do. So that entire basket, I'll have my eye on, right? If we do break these resistance levels, then we can have more trading. So we're approaching resistance. If we have a break to the upside on any of these, then I'd be looking at longs. If you're on the short side, then this could be also shaping up for shorts as they are approaching previous resistance from July here. So let's take a look there. Now, Applied Digital, APLD. This was we traded last week from earnings. So it popped, pulled back, and then Monday started to rally. I missed these. I wasn't here Monday and Tuesday, but just looking back at my list, Monday rally, Tuesday, it didn't really do much until the midday, but it broke the highs from the earnings day. So now it's approaching resistance from July. So reactive trade here. APLD, not only did they have good earnings, but if I'm remembering correctly, it was some of the deals that they had going, shifting from crypto mining to releasing digital real estate assets for AI. Yeah, this one, it had several catalysts that stacked. So that's why I liked that one last week. So yeah, several catalysts that stacked on APLD. Still watching LPSN on my other screen here. All right, so we talked about overall market, quantum names, some of the names that had earnings that have continuation. We talked about PLTR, NVIDIA, those market drivers. Here's another one that had been running. It broke out Monday, pulled back Tuesday. So reactive trade here is either going to continue or we have a pullback. So this one ranged for some time, broke out of that range there. So either we're going to have maybe a pullback to the support or continuation there. All right, so we have clear levels on these that I'm referencing. We have clear levels on these. I just want to cover SoFi real quick. So we traded SoFi several days last week, and if we look at what happened, it popped, pulled back, popped again. Now it's just sitting on support. So I'm going to keep monitoring it. It's either going to break support and sell off, or we have more legs. So we'll see if it gets active again. I just wanted to comment on it because I hadn't talked to you since Thursday. So I was out Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. So I just wanted to give my perspective on that one. All right. Okay. So if you look at what we have on the board, we have quite a bit. Earnings season is popping. Okay. So you have from the large cap space, we have AMD that had earnings. You had Shop right here. TOST is another one. This one had earnings as well. Okay, so we have several different plays. Look at HIMS as well. HIMS dipped on Monday from earnings and then recovered. Majority of it filled the gap Tuesday, and then it dropped again. So this is another one. So most of my trading today is going to be primarily just reactive. We have some longer term trend plays like PLTR, the JOBY, those that I covered, and then we have names like LPSN, right, that pop up that have their own catalyst, right? So as of right now, the best trade for me so far was LPSN. We have names that have potential, but besides the earnings plays like Shop, right, that have something evident right here that may work. Everything else is just going to be reactive. I'm just kind of coming back into the swing of things. So I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to ensure that I'm taking the best of the best. So we'll be trading live together in a few minutes here. So we'll see what's up. Okay. So what are you looking at? What have you been trading over the last few days? What have you taken advantage of? Let me check the chat. Shopify got a big bump. I couldn't find any catalyst. Yeah, Shopify earnings. All right, looking at Shopify. Good morning. What would you need to see for shorting? Good morning. I'm enjoying your insight. Hey, what's going on, Matt? Shopify. Good morning, SMXT. Traded SMXT yesterday. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, it's a big move. I'd say that this was it's worth putting alarms there. AIMD. Yeah, I actually didn't look back at this one. So I'm glad you dropped this one here again. You had strong news on SMXT. Yeah, AIMD. I actually marked this up this morning. I was watching it, but I see that it's broken these levels. So yeah, it's worth a play. What was the catalyst here? ANO secures 2.1 million order with ASE for first deployment for AI. TFDA approval. Yeah, it's worth a watch. I missed. I was marking this up. I didn't set alarms here, but I was looking for price to break this level. So let's see. Just keep in mind, this one has a lot of traffic here. So just keep in mind these higher time frame levels there to the left. All right, Coral. Is there a big difference in trading small caps and larger caps? The setups can be the same, but characteristics are slightly different. Because the small caps, many of them have lower float. They can squeeze up very aggressively, and they can drop very aggressive in a small amount of time. Any stock can move aggressively, but those slower float, they are more volatile. So when you're looking at the tape, level 2, the characteristics are slightly different. And they'll move a lot faster. Sir, did you log in your broker on TradingView and execute or only execute on broker platform? I execute stocks on on the platform, Lightspeed, Dash Trader Pro. But if you're trading something like futures, you could use use TradingView. I just don't like TradingView because there aren't any hotkeys, or the hotkeys aren't very nuanced, sophisticated. So. All right, LPSN is approaching at 160, just starting to range. So hopefully it ranges for a bit up until the open, and then we get something at the open there. Wolf, let's see, WLF. Nothing for me here right now. All right. So this is your first time. Please drop me a question. All right, Rivian. Let's see. Or open, short-term Rivian or open. It's pulling right into this support level. So I'd say, you'd have to mark up your levels here. Yeah, mark up these levels and see if it breaks this 1130-ish level there for Rivian and Open. Open went crazy for a little bit of time. Was gassed up on Twitter, hyped up. Possibly on Rivian as well. I mean, Open, yeah. Mark up your levels and see how price breaks out to the downside there. Yep. Okay. So let's see. First time joining live, but I always watch your videos. Which moving average is that? It is the 9 EMA. 9 EMA. Hi, I'm a first time caller and a long time listener. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What indicators are you using? Volume indicator, standard volume indicator, CVD, cumulative volume delta is here. 9 EMA and VWAP are up here. That's for for scalping. For swing trading, I'll use 10-day average, 20-day, and the ATR, or you can use the average daily volume indicator. So different set swing template. You'll see an ATR here and the 10 and 20. But for scalping, it's slightly different. All right, if you have time before the session or before we close, could you take a look at and see if you think the entry is wrong? Because lately every trade looks very good and I'm losing and I'm starting to wonder if I'm doing something wrong. Let me see, Phil, let me grab this. Let me grab your chart real quick. You know what? Can you post that again? Because for me, I can't see the trade, the entry. It's not showing, like it's showing, it's cut off. So try it again, Amir. All right, what indicators are you using? We just talked about that. How to filter and choose 2-ticker play per day among earnings and momentum stocks, sir. Which do you favor? All right, do you also trade like an easy money trade stock, sir? So my approach is to, let's say if I were to condense it down into 3, the catalyst is important. Then after that will be, volume. It has the volume increased. Is it 5 times, 10 times, 20 times the average volume traded? And then after that, it would be, order flow, price action and order flow. So it's a lot to say in this video. I'm gonna have to make a special video for that. But like with LPSN, for example, this Google announcement, we start to see buyers rush in. The volume starts to increase here. If there's an earnings blowout, if a stock has earnings blowout, then that can trigger, like SoFi, that can trigger a strong rally. Like SoFi had really good earnings that came out in the pre-market here. And so we had a rally there, right? It pulled back and then it spiked again the next day. Not as strong, but it rallied, right? So, somebody coming out with earnings saying that they pretty much did what was expected, that's not going to move the market much. But if there's a surprise, there's a big surprise, they do much better than expected, then that will move, that can move the stock. So you have to learn that. It just takes reps there. Okay, show me VWAP and volume profile and been killing on XRP. Oh, glad. 134 is the entry. I send it like that to see how I see the volume in the situation. What is this one that you were trading? Live person? Okay, 134. So Amir, I think we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in our live call. I got you. Since you're scalping, how many trades would you take in a day, especially if there's opportunities, multiple tickers? Yeah, so I can take somewhere between 5 to 15 trades in a day. It just depends on if it's very hot, it's very hot. If not, then I'll take more. Like sometimes on our live call, last week, I think we traded maybe 5, on average, 2 to 6 different tickers in a day. So we may have multiple trades, but two to six different tickers a day. So, I'd say if you can just do one, if you can just do two, just focus on two in the beginning until you get consistent, that would be good. And then you start to take more after that. But yeah, sometimes we get a lot of opportunities and we're in multiple trades at once, depending on what the market's doing, what the market gives us. I think last week we were in SoFi, BBAI at the same time, APLD. We had several stocks that were moving at the same time, multiple opportunities. But there's some scalpers. These guys are scalping like they're doing 100 trades in a day. I'm not there. Do we have an analysis on Forex and gold? Let me see. How do you access a lot? Is it separate? Santo. Reach out, Santo. Hit me. I'm going to drop a comment here. Just send me an email there if you're still here. Okay. All right, y'all. So we have about 5 minutes until the open. Let's get it. I appreciate you all for joining. Really enjoy doing these with you all. And I think the community is growing. What we've been able to do since January, coming on, offering these this live commentary, pre-market game plans. I think everybody has been growing and benefiting. So let's continue to show up, continue to follow your plan, continue to refine, and eventually you'll hit your goals, okay? All right, I hope y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later, okay? All right, if you're on the Zoom, stay there. We'll get to it. What do you trade? Options, futures, sorry. Yeah. I primarily trade stocks. All right, thanks, y'all. Y'all have a great day. All right, bye-bye.